Very good morning to all our viewers out there. You're watching the morning news show on CNN News 18 and I am Sriya Kundu, here to take you through all the top stories of the day from across the nation and around the world. And well, we begin the day with the big news, the Sansad. Like day 1 and day 2, day 3 of the monsoon session of the parliament started on a stormy note, wherein the Union Home Minister Amit Shah has assured the MPs that he is ready for a discussion in the Lok Sabha about the ongoing violence in Manipur, but the opposition parties continue to protest. Now, the continuous sloganeering by the opposition leaders eventually led to Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla adjourning the proceedings for the day. Beyond this, Aam Aadmi Party MP Sanjay Singh was suspended from the Rajya Sabha due to repeatedly violating the directions of the chair. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is slated to address a meeting of the BJP Parliamentary Party at 9:30 a.m. today. And at 11 a.m., India Alliance parties will meet at 10:45 a.m. today in the office of the LOP Mallikarjun Kharge in the Parliament to chalk out the strategy for the remaining monsoon session.
सदन में चर्चा के लिए तैयार हूं। मुझे मालूम नहीं है कि विपक्ष क्यों चर्चा करने देना नहीं चाहता है। मेरा विपक्ष के नेता को आग्रह है कि चर्चा होने दे।
डेमोक्रेसी में बोलने की आजादी है। बोलने के लिए जो संसद आता है तो उसको चांस मिलना चाहिए, लेकिन आज गवर्नमेंट की मंशा ये ना किसी तरीके से इनकी बोलने का बंद करना चाहिए।
आज मैंने 267 का नोटिस दिया था। पहले 15-20 मिनट तक मैं अनुरोध करता रहा चेयर से कि मुझे 267 पे बोलने का मौका दिया जाए। जब उन्होंने मौका नहीं दिया तो मैं चेयर के पास जाके अनुरोध कर रहा था कि आप मणिपुर पे चर्चा कराइए, लेकिन सरकार मणिपुर के ऊपर बात करने के लिए तैयार नहीं है। मोदी जी सदन में आने के लिए तैयार नहीं है। हमारा विरोध जारी रहेगा। राष्ट्रपिता महात्मा गांधी की प्रतिमा पर मैं अपना धरना जारी रखूंगा, अपना आंदोलन जारी रखूंगा। सभी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज ने ये कहा है कि वो इस आंदोलन में साथ रहें।
Right, we have some breaking news coming in, and this is from Jammu and Kashmir, wherein an infiltration attempt by a Pakistani intruder foiled in Samba sector of Jammu by the BSF. This is the particular input that we are getting. This is yet another crackdown on terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir, wherein an infiltration attempt by a Pakistani intruder has been foiled in the Samba sector of Jammu by the BSF. And we have Rajendra Singh joining us on the live broadcast. Rajendra, a very good morning to you. And this is what we are hearing: an infiltration attempt by Pakistani intruder foiled in Samba sector of Jammu by the BSF. Could you please give us more details as to what exactly went down there?
Yes, a very good morning. You see, the border security force guarding the international border in the Samba sector of Jammu region, they noticed some suspicious movement, and when they observed, they saw an infiltration attempt which was being made by from the Pakistan side, and this is in the Ramgarh sector of Samba, wherein some intruders, they were trying to enter into the Indian territory. But when the BSF challenged these intruders, the BSF, following the standard operating procedures, they also fired at those intruders. What we have been told by the sources that one intruder has been gunned down, but his body is yet to be recovered. A massive search operation is already underway by the border security force in the area. But yes, an infiltration bid has been foiled by the alert border security forces on the international border in the Ramgarh sector of Samba district. So if you see in the recent past, there have been several such infiltration bids which are being foiled by the alert security force personnel, be it on the line of control in Rajouri, Poonch, Kupwara, and other places across the line of control, and also on the international border. Of late, we have seen an increase in the intrusion bids. There are also inputs that large number of anti-India forces terrorists. They are waiting for an opportunity in various launch pads which have been reactivated along the line of control, along the international border on the Pakistan side. And these infiltrators are waiting for an opportunity to sneak in into the Indian side. But because of the alertness of the BSF and the army and this robust anti-infiltration grid which is in place, these attempts are time and again being foiled. Yes.
Right, Rajendra, thank you for all those details. Right now, we are going to shift our focus to the disturbances in Manipur. Amid massive outrage and protests, the Manipur police have so far arrested 7 accused, including 1 minor in the horrific video case. Now, the hunt for the other accused is underway. Meanwhile, more Meiteis will be airlifted from Mizoram to Imphal today. Remember, the Manipur government is evacuating Meiteis as they are feeling unsafe in Mizoram. And security has been beefed up across Aswal ahead of the statewide protests today. And 4 civil society and NGO coordination committees will stage demonstrations across Mizoram to extend solidarity to the Kuki community in strife-torn Manipur.
In both the side, be it valley or the hills, it is the women who are targeted for everything. It is the women and the children who are the weaker section, and they are targeted and they are in great difficulty. Not only the horrific videos that has come up, there are more stories and there are more trouble for women. We are in a camp. We can see that there is a very small baby who is what we came to know that is born during the violence time. And there is, she is trying to cope with the situation. She was pregnant and then she gave birth. Ye bataiye ki, tell us that how she gave birth to the baby in this violent situation and what problems she is having now.
Kanay masangahi galthu na po tayana ay kanay ko nahi galthu hong kipana-panahi gamla po hong zin padana thal hong gin padla gamla kanagi pisi ana kanagi jana ho pumasin ay kanay ding panahi.
She is saying that when this conflict, this ethnic cleansing begins, she was in a pregnant, So every time they were hiding in a jungle for so many days, before her delivery with the while he was pregnant, So they used to run in the forest and they hide for some time. Every night they are not able to sleep in their village.
So now what food, the baby food and everything in this camp, is she able to provide that?
Me ke gan thai jong de ina mundanga sikite yana ai wanga gan thai ta kyun wanga chila he.
She is saying that once we reach here in this relief camp, our leaders, there is no sponsor, there is no donation, we did not get any help from central government, state government. So here the CSO and a very loving CSO leader, tribe leader have a donation. They collect and provide the basic needs, They could provide them dal, mainly dal, onion and rice, that's it.
This is the story of Manipur and this is the real story of Manipur. But it's not only that women are raped. See, a pregnant woman, she has to go from one jungle to another jungle to give birth to her baby, and during her last days of pregnancy, that's what we are here, that she has to go from one forest to another forest so that the baby in the womb is safe, and then she gives birth and she's in a relief camp where basic needs are provided, but she's not able to provide proper milk to her baby. And that is not only the case, all these children's, see the children's playing inside, what we are coming to then, and none of them are going to school. This is the story of the woman and the children's. There's no, they can't take education because this is a conflict zone. With camera person Anshuman Roy, this is Kumalika Sengupta reporting from CC4 for CNN News 18.
Yet another grim picture from Manipur was brought to you here on CNN News 18. And right now we're going to shift our focus to Jammu and Kashmir, wherein in what is being seen as indicative of clearing the path for polls in the erstwhile Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the centre will move to amend the 2019 Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act, and the change will be the addition of 3 reserved seats. Now, 2 will be reserved for the Kashmiri Pandits, while 1 will be reserved for a refugee from Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. These members will be nominated by the Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha, and the National Conference has said that it will oppose the bill, which is slated to be introduced in the Lok Sabha for approval. Now, listen in to what the Kashmiri Pandit has to say about the proposal.
किस तरह से जो ये रीऑर्गेनाइजेशन अमेंडमेंट बिल लाने जा रही है केंद्र सरकार, एक बिल पार्लियामेंट में जिसमें 2 कश्मीरी पंडितों की नॉमिनेशन होगी, इसको आप किस तरह से लेंगे?
ये हमारी दीर्घ मांग है, जबकि हमने बहुत मेमोरेंडम लिखे हैं सेंट्रल स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को, इलेक्शन कमीशन को, कि हमें 5 असेंबली सीट्स दी जाए, और हम चाहते हैं कि हमारे इलेक्शन कम्युनिटी में हो जाए तो हम अपनी नुमाइंदगी चुन लेंगे। बहरहाल अगर सरकार इसके लिए पहल करती है, कुछ सीटें दे रही है, उसका हम स्वागत करेंगे, लेकिन हमारी मांग है कि हम भी चाहते हैं कि जैसे बाकी लोगों में इलेक्शन किया जाता है और वोट के जरिए वो चुने जाते हैं, उसी तरह से हमें भी इलेक्शन के लिए पॉलिटिकल सीट्स दी जाए, ताकि हमारे कम्युनिटी के मेंबर, चाहे 4 मेंबर किसी असेंबली में उठेंगे, 5 एक तो कश्मीरी पंडित कामयाब हो जाएगा, उस तरह की हम असेंबली।
लेकिन यहाँ पे तो 2 नॉमिनेट हो रहे हैं, आपको क्या दिक्कत आती है? 2 नॉमिनेट हो रहे हैं, आपको नहीं लगता कि एक बड़ा कदम है?
हमारी कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, आइंदा के लिए हम यही मांग करते हैं, हम इसका भी स्वागत करते हैं, लेकिन मांग हमारी आइंदा के लिए है कि हमें 5 असेंबली सीटें दी जाए, ताकि हमारी कम्युनिटी में इलेक्शन बाज़ाब्ता हो जाए और हमारा वोट हमारे कम्युनिटी कैंडिडेटों को पड़े, जिसमें एक कैंडिडेट कामयाब हो जाए।
ये अगर ऐसे कदम है तो ये बहुत अच्छे कदम है, तो इसमें हमारा ही बेनिफिट है। अगर वो वहां पर 2 मेंबरों को वहां पर चुना जाएगा, वो हमारी वो बात करेंगे वहां पर।
ये जो बिल आ रहा है और कई तरह की चीजें इसमें नई आ रही हैं, जैसे सीट्स को लेकर के नई चीजें इसमें शामिल करने की बात की जा रही है, कैसे देखते हैं आप इसको?
देखिए, बिल अभी इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ नहीं है, लेकिन तवक्को है कि इसी सेशन में इंट्रोड्यूस किया जाएगा। तो हमारा एक उसूली मौक़िफ़ है इसमें, हम इस बिल की इंट्रोडक्शन को अपोज करेंगे। मैं अपोज करूंगा इस बिल की इंट्रोडक्शन को, जो हमारा ज़ाब्ता बेहतर है लोकसभा का, क्योंकि जो पेरेंट एक्ट है, जो रीऑर्गेनाइजेशन एक्ट है, जिसके ज़रिए जम्मू कश्मीर के 2 हिस्से किए गए हैं, 2 यूनियन टेरिटरीज बनाए गए हैं, वो इस वक्त जुडिशल स्क्रूटनी में है। वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो एक आईनी बेंच है, 5 जज साहिबान पर मुश्तमिल एक बेंच है, तो वो ये देख रहा है कि क्या ये आइन के मुताबिक था एक्ट। हमारा इस्तदलाल है, हमारी दलील ये है, तो आइन के मुताबिक बिल्कुल नहीं था। आप विभाजन नहीं कर सकते, तकसीम नहीं कर सकते हैं किसी स्टेट को 2 हिस्सों में, और उसकी शिनाख्त ख़त्म कर सकते हैं।
Now we have some breaking news coming in, and this is about stones which were pelted at Chief Minister Conrad Sangma's office in Tura in Meghalaya on Monday. This happened when the Chief Minister was meeting protesters who were on hunger strike, demanding the winter capital in Tura, and Chief Minister Sangma is safe now, but the security personnel have been injured after they clashed with the protesters, and it is being said that tear gas was used to disperse the mob. Right now, Section 144 has been imposed in Tura. If you look at the visuals right now that have come in from Tura, you can see the disturbance in the area. There were, like we are getting the information, there were protesters who were on hunger strike, and they were demanding the winter capital in Tura. And Chief Minister Sangma is reported to be safe. However, security personnel have been injured in this particular case when they clashed with the protesters in Tura, and it is being said that they were using tear gas to disperse the mob. You can see the visuals coming in, and we have Preeti joining us live on the broadcast. Preeti, please take us through the situation as to why exactly this clash broke out between the 2 sides. What were the protesters demanding? Please throw some more light on that.
See, actually, it is about a demand about a winter capital in the Garo Hills, as was already demanded by the civil society groups in Tura particularly, because as we see Meghalaya, the two very important parts of Meghalaya has been the Khasi Hills and the Jayantia Hills. And when it comes to Khasi Hills, we have seen how Shillong is the capital of Meghalaya, and for which the people in Tura were demanding a winter capital in Meghalaya, which they demanded to be Tura. And their discussions were going on. A peaceful discussion was going on with the Chief Minister of the state of Meghalaya, Conrad Sangma. He was discussing it with a lot of civil society groups there. But there were certain other civil society groups also who were not part of the discussion. And suddenly it was seen that a crowd gathered there, and they started pelting stones while the discussion for this was going on. And after that, we have seen what came after that was that a lot of people were injured, security personnel were injured, tear gas shells had to be dispersed by the security forces in order to bring the situation under control. So whenever we see about Tura and Shillong, we have seen that the people in Tura have been demanding certain things at their place as well, because the hometown of the Chief Minister Conrad Sangma is Tura. So the people have been demanding a lot of things, and they have been demanding to make Tura as the second capital of Shillong. At the second capital of Meghalaya after Shillong.
Right, Preeti. Thank you for all those details. We will keep a close watch on Meghalaya, but for now we are shifting our focus to the northwest in Rajasthan, wherein political turbulences continue. Ahead of the assembly elections, massive drama has erupted within the Rajasthan Congress, and in a dramatic development, sacked Minister Rajendra Gudha, who has now been suspended from the assembly, addressed the media and attacked the Rajasthan Congress government for sacking him and not allowing him to continue his work on women empowerment. Now, this comes after Rajendra Gudha has claimed that Ashok Gehlot during an ED raid had called him to secure a red diary that allegedly held incriminating details. Now, Gudha has also demanded a narco test of Congress leaders, and Chief Minister Gehlot's office has called the allegations rubbish and baseless and has pointed fingers on Gudha, claiming that he has a history of jumping ships. Meanwhile, the BJP leader Gajendra Singh Shekhawat questioned Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot about the diary and asked, why is there restlessness in the government over it? Let's have a look at the... now we have CNN News 18's Anand Narsimhan, who spoke exclusively to axed MLA Rajendra Gudha. Let's have a look at what the conversation was about.
आप जब विधानसभा पहुंचे तब आपके मन में ऐसा क्यों आया कि आप वो लाल कलर की डायरी लेकर जाएंगे और स्पीकर के सामने उसे टेबल करेंगे, सबमिट करना चाहते थे आप?
स्पीकर साहब के सामने टेबल करना चाह रहा था मैं उसको, और स्पीकर साहब ने उसको टेबल नहीं करने दिया, और उसके बीच में कांग्रेस के सारे मंत्रियों ने मेरे ऊपर झपट कर वो मेरे से छीनने की कोशिश की। छीना झपटी में मैं गिर गया। वो सारे लोग 20-30 जितने भी लोग थे वो सारे मेरे पे ऊपर गिर गए वो डायरी निकालने के लिए, और वो डायरी वो छीन के ले गए।
पर ये डायरी आपके पास कब से है?
देखिए ये 2020 से ना 20 में जब सरकार पर संकट आया था उस टाइम में ये कोई एक इनकम टैक्स की रेड हुई थी धर्मेंद्र जी राठौड़ के सिविल लाइंस में आवास पर, तो मुख्यमंत्री जी ने मुझे भेजा था वहां, और उन्होंने कहा किसी भी कंडीशन में डायरी निकाल के ला गुडा। तो मैं गया था निकालने के लिए, और वहां लाठी चार्ज भी हुआ था, सीआरपीएफ के जवानों से कुछ लोगों के चोटें भी आई थी, उसमें एक दो मंत्री मेरे साथ और भी थे एक आधा, और वो फिर हम डायरी लेके आए थे। कुछ अवशेष उसके चले गए, कुछ छीन लिए, कुछ जल गए, कुछ हैं।
आपके साथ और कोई मंत्री थे? 2020 में आपने कहा हमें और कुछ और मंत्री गए थे, कौन कौन थे वो?
अभी जो रेवेन्यू मिनिस्टर रामलाल जी हैं वो साथ थे, एक वो धीरज गुजर वो भी था।
तो आप तब से ये डायरी आपके पास ही रही है जो घर के अंदर घुस के आपने उठाई थी, आपने कहा छत लांग के गए आप?
डायरी के 2-3 टुकड़े हो गए इसके, कोई कहाँ चला गया, कोई कहाँ चला गया। आज एक टुकड़ा मैं हाउस के अंदर टेबल करना चाह रहा था उसका।
पर ऐसा क्या हुआ कि 20-30 लोग आप पर गिर पड़े, वहां छीना झपटी हुई?
ये तो उनसे पूछो क्यों डर रहे हैं, क्यों तो मुख्यमंत्री जी ने वो डायरी वहां से निकलवाई थी, क्यों वो डायरी निकलवाने के बाद वो डायरी अब आज वो सारे मेरे से छीन रहे थे, और यही बातें थी।
ये सब छीना झपटी में स्पीकर ने आपकी मदद नहीं की? हमने तो ये तस्वीरें देखी, मार्शल आपको धक्का दे रहे थे।
स्पीकर साहब ने तो क्या, मार्शल तो बाद में धक्का दिया, पहले तो मंत्रियों ने पटक लिया था मुझे। सारे मंत्री और सारे विधायक आ गए थे एक साथ।
पर आपकी मदद नहीं की स्पीकर साहब ने?
इस स्पीकर साहब ने तो क्या मदद की, उन्होंने तो फिर बाद में उनसे छुटवा के मार्शलों से पटकवा दिया बाद में, और क्या की, और विधानसभा से निलंबित कर दिया, ये मदद की है।
पर आपके मन में आज ऐसा क्यों आया कि आप ये डायरी के कंटेंट्स को जग जाहिर करें, सबको बता दें? आपने देखा है डायरी में उसमें है क्या?
देखिए, जिस सरकार को जिस आदमी को 2-2 बार मुख्यमंत्री बनाने में हमने विधायक दिए, एक नहीं, 2 नहीं, 5-5, 6-6 विधायक दिए, 6-6 विधायक, 2 बार, जिसके कहने से हमने 6 बार राज्यसभा का वोट किया, राष्ट्रपति को उनके कहने से 2 बार राष्ट्रपति को वोट किया, सरकार की संकट में उनकी मदद की, संकट मोचन बन के रहे। आज वो लोग यदि इस तरीके से करते हैं तो एक दिन राजेंद्र गुड्डा सबसे बढ़िया, मेरे बेटे के जन्मदिन पे मुख्यमंत्री गए थे मेरे गांव, यहाँ से 150 किलोमीटर हेलीकॉप्टर लेके गए थे
जी,
और वहां कह के आए थे गुड्डा की वजह से मैं मुख्यमंत्री हूं, और आज गुड्डा को पटक रहे हैं, बर्खास्त कर रहे हैं, पार्टी विधानसभा से सस्पेंड कर रहे हैं, पार्टी से निष्कासित कर रहे हैं, एक साथ क्या हो गया? ये डायरी तो है।
Well, you heard that exclusive conversation, but for now we're going to slip into a short break. Do stay tuned to CNN News 18 as we come back with more news updates on the other side.
About the journey of Pakistan, which has now become an ethno-religious state. No one's making any bones about it, and that is best envisaged or seen in the treatment of the state towards its minorities, not just the Christians or the Hindus, but also to Ahmadiyyas or other ethnic sections within the Muslim community who are not treated particularly well. Could you give us an outline of this trajectory as to how, or at least what the idea of that state was by its founding fathers to what it has become now?
Well, my research, I have demonstrated it in 3 books of mine: The Punjab, Bloodied, Partitioned and Cleansed, Unraveling the 1947 Tragedy Through Secret British Reports and First-Person Accounts. That's one book. Then the second one is Pakistan, the Garrison State. It explains why Pakistan could not stabilize with civilian supremacy. And the third one is about the founder of Pakistan, Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Jinnah, his successes, failures and role in history. And all 3 books I have demonstrated abundantly with references. Nobody can question that the whole premise on which Pakistan was based was flawed, and that was that if you don't belong to my religion, then you are ipso facto an enemy of mine. That trick or that argument of Muhammad Ali Jinnah proved to be effective because the British needed a foothold in India even when power was transferred, and that is why Pakistan came into being. But this whole notion that if you don't belong to my faith, then you are my enemy, then turned inside. And people found that among this amorphous Muslim community, which was the majority in Pakistan, there were differences, deep-rooted differences based on sect and subsect, and then you had all these linguistic nationalities competing with one another. And the Pakistani state lacked a vision, in sharp contrast to the freedom struggle upon which India launched its long non-violent struggle, and finally it culminated with the freedom of India. Pakistan came into being very quickly without any clear vision. And I have shown that Jinnah can be quoted in all ways you want to. There are many statements by him which are in favor of.
Welcome back. You're watching the Morning News Show on CNN News 18. And next up, we have the Kargil Divas, a very important, crucial day in the Indian history for India as a sovereign country. The Kargil War stands as a poignant chapter in India's history, forever etched in the collective memory of the nation. And each year on July 26th, India commemorates this day. The victory is Kargil Vijay Divas, a solemn occasion dedicated to honoring the courageous soldiers who made the ultimate sacrifice for their motherland. Now, CNN News 18's Ishan Wani brings you this ground report from Kargil, showing the preparations for Kargil Vijay Divas. Take a look.
1999 Kargil War was an important battle. Here in Kargil, it was fought in these mountains behind me. My video journalist Bashir Loan will show you several of these peaks which were occupied by Pakistan, where this important battle of the recent past of India and Pakistan was fought. These mountains were occupied by Pakistan, and then the bravery of Indian Jawans to climb up there and fire and to evict them from these positions is history well known to the entire nation. And these tombstones are signifier of those lives which were given by the army Jawans, not only in that battle but also in several other battles, with the 65, before that and after that. These are to pay homage to all those soldiers who laid down their lives fighting for the nation and for the better tomorrow.
Well, that's all for this segment, but do